Hello everyone, and welcome to my Young and Restless official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. If Ashley's struggle with DID had one good outcome, it was that Traci had finally found some happiness with Ashley's physician, Alan. When I look at you, I'm reminded of what it feels like to be completely happy, Traci tells Alan the following week as they are dining with Jack and Diane. I'd ask you to marry me right now if I thought I had a chance, Alan replies. Of course, with Ashley expected to return and maybe bringing trouble with her, chaos might be on the horizon once more. The families of Sharon and Phyllis have united in their quest to find the missing women. When Claire saw Kyle consoling Summer, it appeared to affect her. Additionally, her grandfather Victor would prefer Kyle to remain with Summer. Claire looks to drown her sorrows coming up. That's strong, she remarks after taking a sip of a martini while seated at the bar. I suppose I'm not quite as tough as James Bond. Holden shows up and says, I doubt that somehow. He takes a seat beside her. Could this fortuitous encounter lead to something? Phyllis and Sharon are still imprisoned in the chamber, wondering why and by whom they might be held captive. Unfortunately, things are going to get much worse for them. Phyllis screams, "Oh my God," as she bends over in agony. What's wrong? Asks Sharon. In response, Phyllis says, I feel so sick. Has someone poisoned them? Read the Young and Restless spoilers before you leave to see who Jack confesses to and with whom Chance shares a lead. Since Candace Young is on vacation this week, I will be writing the Young and Restless column in her place. And to be completely honest, I haven't seen a whole week's worth of episodes in a long time since, to be honest, I haven't been interested in the highlighted storylines. However, a narrative this week achieved just that, only to disappear entirely, much like the folks it centers on. Tell me this riddle. To describe this show as lacking in action would be an understatement. It has been highly involved in business tales for some now, perhaps believing that we are far more interested in who is running which company than in ourselves. However, the abduction of Sharon and Phyllis certainly drew my attention. Two compelling individuals are included, along with an enigmatic individual who is taking advantage of their past. I'm all in. As you can imagine, I was shocked when the women were given a new puzzle to solve on Tuesday and then disappeared entirely for the remainder of the week. What part of this story wasn't the Friday cliffhanger? People, make it make sense. Introducing the Bicker Sons. Petty arguments between individuals who have been at odds for years occupied a large portion of this week. In some circumstances, decades. Because, once more, someone at this program believes that we have a vested interest in the outcome of the battle of the bigwigs, Billy and Adam squabbled over their competing communications firms. Then came Jack and Victor, who were engaged in the same argument they had been having for so long that they brought Jack's father's long-dead ghost into the ring. However, Victor has something to do besides meddling in his granddaughter's affairs, Chuck's notes, when he fights with Jack. Although both of these actions are undoubtedly part of the mogul's personality, they all have a been there, done that vibe. Hopefully, the constant mention of Aristotle Dumas signals that a new threat is on the horizon. Seeing all of the local power brokers, including Jack and Victor, get together to fight a shared foe may be entertaining. Show them how to do it. I would like the people at Young and Restless to have a look at Beyond the Gates, the newest child on the block. That show has become a household favorite in just its first 2 weeks, and there are plenty of lessons it may impart to the rest of the CBS daytime schedule. Such as? To begin with, the tempo. For openers, there has been a wedding, a murder attempt, and a threesome in Fairmont Crest over the last 2 weeks, while people in Genoa City have been fighting over their businesses. Even though most of Gates' characters are rich, they don't discuss unimportant topics like who will be the next CEO. Additionally, the show features numerous have-nots to which all viewers can identify. I could continue, but you understand. Many years ago, I first developed an addiction to the soap opera Young and Restless. For context, a purportedly deceased Catherine was haunting Suzanne by singing I'm Gonna Live Till I Die while she wandered the hallways in a delicate gown. #IfGick. I've enjoyed it for longer than Jack and Victor's rivalry, so I know what this show can be like when it's really good. I would want to re-engage with that show. It's time for someone at CBS to realize what is and isn't working at its other soap operas, especially since Beyond the Gates has been performing poorly in the crucial ratings. Call me if they need assistance in that area. I will gladly offer to help. Unrelated thoughts. Why Kyle and Summer were picking up meals at the GCAC before they left, so why in the world did they travel to Crimson Lights after claiming to be heading to the office? And why were the women seated at a table obviously designed for two if Nikki was having lunch with Claire and a business associate? My feelings on Amy's new physician are unclear. She's dying, so the show used that to introduce Damien. Her receiving a miraculous cure, which is the route we appear to be going, would be another instance of this show saying, no, that would be too much drama. I had been kind of expecting that her passing would cause tension between him and Nate. Let's retreat immediately. This major remodeling at the Abbott mansion worries me. We all recall the catastrophe that occurred at the Chancellor estate a few years ago. Additionally, I would advise the program to cease investing in new sets, such as Billy's Pad, the Newman Ranch, and now this, and instead concentrate on the events that take place there. Not the setting, but the play itself was what Hamlet was trying to do when he set out to capture the king's conscience. Are you interested in finding out who is holding Sharon and Phyllis hostage? In the gallery below, we're looking at every suspect, including those you might not have thought about. According to the most recent Young and Restless spoilers on Soaps.com, Monday, March 10th through Friday, March 14th, it's do or die. Billy, Nick, and Chance follow a new lead as Sharon and Phyllis struggle for their lives. Will they make it to the victims of the kidnapping? Continue reading to find out all we know about that plot, as well as those involving Kyle and Summer, Holden and Audra, Victor and Diane, and others. Week of March 10th spoilers for Young and Restless. Spoilers for Monday, March 10th is Young and Restless. Nick reluctantly teams up with Billy after Phyllis and Sharon get a troubling letter from their captor. Wouldn't two of Farron's ex-partners have an even greater chance of discovering them, Nick? Heck, while you're at it, get Jack involved. Nate is aware that there is a problem with Audra. But instead of being completely honest about her history with Holden, she hides her identity once more. Do you want a sneak peek at this week's episodes? We'll take care of you. Tuesday, March 11th spoilers for Young and Restless. Kyle and Claire become apart during the summer. When their romance is put to the test, can the pair pass? Holden is open to socializing and is single. He should therefore expand his horizons in Genoa City. Phyllis is forced to make a difficult choice by her captor. Not Sharon, but interesting. The voice might be attempting to divide and conquer. Spoilers for Young and Restless for Wednesday, March 12th. Sharon and Phyllis assume command. This, given that they are the victims of a double kidnapping, will be a clever deception. When Chance consoles Summer, it might not be as over as we initially believed between two ex-partners. Traci tells Jack some startling news. Since that would make perfect sense for the direction of their relationship, it can't be that she and Alan are engaged if it's a surprise. Thursday, March 13th spoilers for Young and Restless. With his customary focus on criticism rather than constructive feedback, Victor doubts Adam's judgment. For just one heated minute, Phyllis and Sharon were in charge. They are now caught in a trap. Oh no! Jack tells Diane something. Friday, March 14th spoilers for Young and Restless. Given that Sharon and Phyllis are currently battling for their lives, it appears that the major turning point in the abduction narrative that Michelle Stafford and Sharon Case told us about is about to occur. Chance, Billy, and Nick share a lead. Yes, it's time to intervene and rescue the captives. It's the week of explosive twists, jaw-dropping confessions, and life-or-death stakes in Genoa City. Buckle up, Young and Restless fans, because Ashley's shocking return could put a damper on Traci's newfound happiness, and the search for Phyllis and Sharon takes a sinister turn. You won't believe what's coming next. Traci and Alan's love story, is it too good to be true? For the first time in what feels like forever, Traci Abbott is truly happy. After years of heartbreak, she's finally found love again with Ashley's doctor, Alan. Their chemistry is undeniable, and next week, during a double date with Jack and Diane, Traci finally puts her feelings into words. When I look at you, I'm reminded of what it feels like to be completely happy, she tells Alan, her eyes filled with hope. Alan, never one to shy away from bold moves, responds with a bombshell. If I thought I had a shot, I'd ask you to marry me right now. Could wedding bells be ringing for Traci at long last? Or is heartbreak waiting in the wings? Because just as she starts to believe in love again, Ashley is set to return, bringing a storm of trouble with her. Will Ashley's past trauma, and the fallout from her battle with DID, cause chaos for Traci and Alan? Ashley's return isn't the only drama rocking Genoa City. Let's talk about the mystery that has everyone on the edge of their seats, Phyllis and Sharon's abduction. A sinister scheme, who's holding Phyllis and Sharon captive? For weeks, Phyllis and Sharon have been missing without a trace, leaving their loved ones desperate for answers. Nick, Billy, and Chance are hot on the trail, but time may be running out. Inside their mysterious prison, Phyllis and Sharon are left to wonder, who could hate them enough to orchestrate this nightmare? Just as they begin piecing together their captor's motives, Phyllis suddenly doubles over in pain. Oh my God, she gasps. I'm so nauseous. Sharon, alarmed, rushes to her side. Phyllis, what's wrong? Could they have been poisoned? Is someone trying to send a message? One thing is certain, things are about to take a terrifying turn. Love and betrayal, Kyle, Summer, and Claire's tangled web. While the town searches for Phyllis and Sharon, another storm brews in the lives of Kyle, Summer, and Claire. After spotting Kyle comforting Summer, Claire is left devastated. The moment cuts deep, not only because of her feelings for Kyle, but because her powerful grandfather, Victor, has made it clear he wants Kyle and Summer together. Drowning her sorrows, Claire finds herself at a bar, lost in thought. She takes a sip of her martini and sighs, "That's strong. I guess James Bond is a little tougher than me." Enter Holden. The handsome and enigmatic newcomer slides into the seat beside her and says, "Somehow, I doubt that." Could Claire's heartbreak push her into Holden's arms? Or will her jealousy lead her down a dangerous path? A shocking confession and a deadly trap. As Phyllis and Sharon desperately try to escape, their captor forces them into an impossible decision. Meanwhile, Jack drops a bombshell confession to Diane, one that could change everything. But the biggest shock of all? Just when it seems like Phyllis and Sharon might turn the tables on their captor, they fall into a deadly trap. Time is running out. Will their loved ones find them before it's too late? What's next? Young and restless fans, get ready for a week of can't-miss drama. Will Traci's happiness be shattered by Ashley's return? Will Kyle's divided heart push Claire into Holden's arms? And most importantly, who is behind Phyllis and Sharon's kidnapping? One thing's for sure, Genoa City will never be the same again. Stay tuned for all the latest twists and turns, and don't forget to check out the upcoming spoilers for even more shocking developments. Who do you think is holding Phyllis and Sharon captive? Drop your theories in the comments below. Genoa City has never seen drama like this. Just when we thought Traci Abbott had finally found a little slice of happiness with Dr. Allen, Ashley's impending return threatens to unravel everything. Meanwhile, as Sharon and Phyllis remain missing, their loved ones race against time to find them, but with Phyllis experiencing alarming symptoms, is it already too late? Get ready for a roller coaster of emotions, betrayals, and shocking twists that will leave you gasping for air. Traci and Alan's love story hits a major roadblock. After years of heartbreak and disappointments, Traci Abbott finally found someone who could make her truly happy, Ashley's Dr. Allen. But just as their romance is beginning to blossom, Ashley's return could change everything. During a romantic dinner with Jack and Diane, Traci looks lovingly at Alan and confesses, "When I look at you, I'm reminded of what it feels like to be completely happy." Alan, deeply touched, boldly responds, "If I thought I had a shot, I'd ask you to marry me right now." But happiness never lasts long in Genoa City. As Ashley makes her dramatic return, rumors swirl that she's bringing baggage, both emotional and possibly dangerous. Could she come between Traci and Alan? Or is there an even darker secret waiting to explode? Phyllis and Sharon's mysterious captivity, a life or death situation. With Phyllis and Sharon still missing, their families have united to track them down. But as the women remain trapped in an unknown location, their situation takes a terrifying turn. Sharon and Phyllis desperately try to piece together who might have taken them and why. But the real horror begins when Phyllis suddenly clutches her stomach and groans in pain. "Oh my God," she gasps, doubling over. "I'm so nauseous." Sharon's eyes widen in panic. "What's wrong?" she asks, worried that their nightmare is about to get worse. Phyllis can barely speak as she gasps, "Have we been poisoned?" With time running out and no rescue in sight, will these two fierce women manage to escape before it's too late? Or is this the beginning of the end? Claire's jealousy sparks an unexpected connection. As the search for Phyllis and Sharon continues, Claire struggles with her growing jealousy over Kyle comforting Summer. After all, she knows her grandfather Victor would much rather see Kyle with Summer, and that realization cuts deep. Seeking solace, Claire drowns her sorrows at a bar. She takes a sip of a martini and grimaces, muttering, "That's strong. I guess James Bond is a little tougher than me." Enter Holden, a smooth and mysterious presence who slides into the seat beside her. "Somehow, I doubt that," he says with a charming smile.